Everyone, how are you? Welcome to another lecture. Okay, so in this lecture I would like to talk about outline. Okay, I know that as you know, your main assignment for this class is to write a term paper, okay? And then you have to submit the term paper in different forms. So you have to submit the outline, then you have to submit the term paper draft, and then the final term paper, okay, the final write-up. So I would like to talk about the outline. What is outline and how to write outline? Okay, so outline has different parts. It has introduction, it has conclusion, and it has a body. So basically the outline is like your term paper, but this is a very small scale of your term paper. So in the outline, you don't give a lot of details, but you must tell me what your paper is about. What are the different parts of the term paper that you are going to discuss, okay? So the first one is the introduction. So in the introduction, you want to have attention getter. Now you may ask, what is attention getter? Attention getter is basically one or two sentences that is or are supposed to get the attention of the reader. So it can be a very special information or a statistics. And then we have transition. Sometimes the attention getter is not about a topic, right? But then your topic is different. So you need one sentence to transit, to move from attention getter to the topic. And then introducing the topic, relating it to the current situation. So in today's world, and then finally is thesis statement. So that is the first part of introduction. Then also in the introduction, maybe you want to have definition. Of course, it depends on whether you need definition or not. For example, sometimes I may feel I have to define the term bullying because many people have different ideas. What is bullying? So bullying means this. Bullying exactly means that. Sometimes the terms are not very clear. For example, tall people. I want to do a research on tall people. What is the meaning of tall? How tall is considered to be tall? Okay, and then the background. The background talks about other studies on the topic. Okay, so what have other people done about this topic? And then you want to talk about the importance of your research. So if you can remember in lecture 1, I told you that your topic must be of significance. Your topic must be an important social issue or academic issue or a scientific issue. So here in the introduction you have to talk about it. Why did you choose this topic? It is important because the people who read your term paper are not supposed to know why you chose it, because you are the person who did research. You are the person who decides that this is an important topic. Then you have to explain to people why do you think it is important, and then you can relate it with other studies. So that should be up to 4, and then state your focus. Of course, it doesn't mean that your introduction must have all of them. Sometimes, depending on what you are going to do, maybe you need only some of them, not all of them. Okay, everyone, so please pause the video, read this introduction, okay, and then decide which one is the attention getter, transition, introducing topic, etc. Okay, now assuming that you have done it, I have used different colors here. Okay, so I have used different colors. Can you guess what are each color? Okay, and here I will reveal the answer. Okay, the green one is the attention getter. there has been an alarming number of divorces seen in recent years, especially in developing countries. For instance, so this I am giving some information about divorces because I want to make it very interesting. So this number was 245,000 cases in Malaysia. This is the attention getter. But then my topic is not about divorce. But of course, my attention getter is about a divorce. So how can I now move to a new topic? I use the transition. With divorce comes the challenge of child's custody. And that is what I am going to talk about it. So a topic which has been controversial, and both parents fight for that. And then I want to talk about my topic. Now that I talk about the child custody, then I say many courts usually rule in favor of mothers. But I want to say that this is not correct. So this is going to be an argumentative. I am not looking at a problem solution. I'm not looking at it as divorce as a problem. I am looking at the argument. Who is an ideal choice? Mothers or fathers? Okay, and I am going to argue that neither. Both should take the joint custody. Okay, so then I would like to talk about the current situation, considering the large number of divorces today, as well as the controversial disagreement among social sciences and family experts, then I think that this is going to be an important topic to talk about. And then the thesis statement. Please everybody notice that thesis statement is the most important sentence in your term paper. So if you don't write a good thesis statement, you will lose some points. Okay? Now, thesis statement again is only one sentence. This one sentence must have all of the information that you are going to discuss in your term paper. So, what else do we have? We need to have citations. As you can see, for attention getter, I give citations. Okay, so because this is an academic writing, so you cannot make claims. If you want to make a claim, you need to refer to another person's work. Also for definitions. So here we have the transition. First, my attention getter is about the divorce. Of course, I have citations for that. But I want to talk about the custody. So I say with divorce comes the challenge of custody. Now, you see what I'm doing? I am relating divorce to custody. And then I am going to talk about the custody. So there must be something that I prepare my reader's mind from divorce to custody. Okay? You can pause the video and read each sentence. Okay, another thing that is very important is discourse markers. Discourse markers are like signals. So when you use discourse markers, you are going to tell your reader what I am going to do next. If I want to turn right, or if I want to turn left when I drive, then I use signal. Then the drivers behind me, they know I want to turn right or left. So the same thing actually happens in discourse markers. So when I say there has been an alarming number of divorces in recent years in developing countries, for instance, then the reader knows I am going to bring an instance. And when I say and, then the reader knows that I am going to bring another example. And when I say that both parents fight for the custody of children, however, when I use however here, then the reader knows that one of them is going to win. Both fight, however, means but, only one of them is going to win. Okay, so basically discourse markers are like signals. And please everybody, I would like to take a few minutes. I would like to talk about thesis statement. Please everybody notice that, again, thesis statement is the most important sentence in your paper. And if you don't have a good thesis statement, then you are going to lose points for that. So thesis statement, how many arguments do I have in my paper? 1. I'm going to talk about the joint custody. Okay, how many counter arguments I have? Two. One of them is mothers are the ideal choice. One of them is fathers are the ideal choice. Okay, but then, please everybody, the counter arguments, I have to reject them. But interestingly here, the counter argument, this one reject this one, and this reject this one. So I really don't have to reject each one separately. So when I bring the counter argument number one, it is going to reject number two. And when I talk about the fathers are the ideal choice, then when I say mothers are the ideal choice, it will basically reject the fathers are the ideal choice. So they reject each other, right? And then as you can see here, they all appear in my thesis statement. So everybody, one more time, you need a lot of time and attention to write a good thesis statement, because it is only one sentence. You are going to put everything in it. So it is one sentence made up of many different parts. So of course you cannot write a thesis statement in 5 minutes. I think it needs more than 5 minutes. You need to spend more time to develop a very good thesis statement. Look at this one. While mothers tend to be the ideal choice, tend to be, meaning that many people agree, okay, for two reasons: of being emotionally attached and the main providers of care for the children. So it means that I am going to talk about each one in the next paragraph, okay? So the next paragraph would be about mother's emotional attachment. The next paragraph would be about, after that, I would like to talk about the main providers of care, especially in the early years. So it means that only when the children are very young. So you see that the thesis statement has everything, which cannot be often provided by fathers. So it means that I am going to talk about some research that say that fathers cannot really provide care or emotional, meet emotional needs of the children. So these are the paragraphs that I am going to talk about, right? I'm going to write. And then, which cannot be provided by fathers, mother's lack of ability regarding financial support, meaning that in the next paragraph, I will be talking about mother's financial issues mostly, and lack of a strong character in children's life. I'm going to talk about that. Other research has shown that usually children who actually live with their parents, they have a much stronger support, right? Justify. Joint custody as the most ideal type of custody. So this last one is actually my conclusion, is my point of view, it is my position. So you see that my thesis statement has everything. Here you can see that. Thesis statement is one sentence with different parts. Okay, now everybody, what do you do in the outline? What do you write in the outline? Of course, you can write the outline in the form of a table, like this one, or you can write the outline in the form of paragraphs or bullets. Actually, it doesn't matter, as long as you give all the information. Now, you can see here I have subsection. So section 1 is the introduction. So subsection is attention getter. You just give a short idea, and then if you have citation, you put here. So again, this section is not supposed to be complete, because maybe in your term paper you write 10 sentences. Here you only give the summary. Okay, and of course I have 2 attention getters and I have 2 citations. And how do you write the citation? You write the last name, comma, and the year. No more information is needed. Okay, and then you introduce the topic, relate the topic to the present situation. Thesis statement, of course, for thesis statement, this is like your the structure of your paper, so you don't need citation for that. And then definition. Now, I would like to talk about the meaning of child custody, okay? Because I think it is a legal term, and maybe some of the people don't know exactly what it is. So I would rather to give citation. I would rather to give the definition. All right, maybe some of the people, they don't feel the need to provide the definition. All right, but if you provide definition, it has to be very clear. You can refer to other articles. And other studies What other studies have done about divorce? What other studies have done about custody? Okay, so for example, one study looked at psychological effects, one study looking at bullying and divorce, etc. Okay, and this is an argumentative topic. So I have argument 1, evidence 1, example 1. If you can remember, if you don't, you go to the previous lecture when I talked about the evidences and example, and then I go to argument 2, argument 3, argument 4. Now if you are writing a problem solution, instead of argument 1, you have problem 1. For example, the cause of bullying, cause number 1, and then you bring evidence and example. And if you are then, for example, the second cause of bullying, so that should be problem 2. Okay, and then you bring evidence, example for that. Or, for example, then you go to the solution, right? So depending on your type of paper, you can write argument, counter-argument, evidence, or problem 1, problem 2, evidence. Now, something very, very important, everyone. Please, 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 don't forget the reference list. So the reference list must come at the end of your outline, at the end of your draft, at the end of your term paper. Everything you write, you must provide the reference list that I am going to teach in future sessions. But everything that actually you have, everything that you mention, every one that you mention, even if you don't read an article, but you read another article, and in that article you find a reference, and you bring that reference, you bring that citation, you have to include in your reference list. So every name must be included in the reference list. Okay, everyone, I wish you all success and good luck with the semester, with this term paper. So I'll get back to you soon. Bye-bye, and have a good time.